Hi there, Christine here, about what to pack for forest school. So this is a super common question because we want to make sure that the kiddos are feeling comfortable and are good to go for the whole day. So we completely understand. The great thing is that when you're starting in September or in the fall, you kind of ease into winter. And this is where that self-advocacy comes in, where kids are, as it's starting to get colder, they're like, hey, I need gloves, I need more mittens, I need, better socks or whatever the case may be. And this kind of builds their bin as you go along. But basically you need two things, and I suggest packing these things with your kids. That way, A, they know where everything is, and B, they can also voice their opinion on what's going into the bin in their bag. So number one is the bin. When we say a bin, we're talking like a Rubbermaid container, kind of average size, even though when you're packing it in the fall, it may look only half full. By wintertime, it will fill up. In that bin is going to be extra everything. So I like to say underwear to outerwear. So full clothes, extra layers of, sweatpants, sweaters. That way, if it's just kind of on the edge, they can add more layers on, but then also the bin's there to take them off. We completely understand that, everyone doesn't have two sets of winter boots and snowsuits and all that kind of thing. Watch the swap and sells, get hand-me-downs. Basically, the extra set is for maybe that half an hour at the end of the day where, everything's just soaked through. It does not matter how much money you spend on snowsuits. When it's that wet kind of slushy snow, it does tend to sink in. If you can't find extra, snow pants or coats or whatever, this is where, you pack some really thick sweatpants and some slush pants, and, that might get them through the last half an hour. Same with boots. We understand that boots are expensive. So even like a nice thick pair of rubber boots with really thermal socks, again, can get you through that last half an hour of the day. Otherwise, your teachers and your principal at your schools will definitely help you out as we progress through the seasons. And each kid is individual on their temperature and their weather needs as well. So we'll definitely keep you in touch that way. Great thing about the small ratios is that teachers can really tune into what the kids need. And, the ones that run a little hot, run a little cold, they kind of get used to that as well. Otherwise, in the backpack is going to be their lunch, some water, and usually we like to say like the extra socks or mitts, that kind of thing, that the bin stays on site for the day and the bag goes with them on their adventures. So we want to make sure that they have all their things they need in there. As far as lunch goes, pack extra. So just when you think you've packed the same as regular school, pack more. Put more snacks in there, all that kind of thing. They tend to eat a lot more out in the forest. We do let them graze and eat when they want, as opposed to a set lunchtime. So they do tend to eat a lot more when they're out in the fresh air. We try to do litter lists if you can, mainly because one, we want to be, helpful to the environment, but two, we also want to not have litter when we're out. There doesn't tend to be garbage bags and garbage bins when we're out and about. That being said, if there is garbage in their lunch, just expect it coming back is all, because we'll just put it back or they'll just put it back in their lunch pail if we're out in the woods. As far as allergies go and nut free, we will let you know at the start of the year if there are any allergies to be aware of. If we don't have any nut allergies, then we don't have to be nut free, but we will keep you up to date on all of that as a per school basis in that way. Make sure the backpack is something they can carry, that they're comfortable carrying. Us as staff, we have big, huge red backpacks that have all the things we could possibly need. So having to carry an extra little guy's backpack because it's too heavy or too big is just not really an option. So make sure, they practice with it, if they can help pick it out, all of that kind of thing. Keep in mind too that the backpack does tend to get dirty because it does get tossed when they get to a site and all that kind of thing. So, maybe it's last year's backpack as opposed to the backpack they take to school every day. But as always, we are here to help you out. Reach out to your teacher, your principal, or to any of us anytime on what to pack.